Hey everyone! It's been a little while, but this is my collective reading for the Twin Flame Collective for the Lionsgate portal. Gosh, I can't remember when I did my last collective reading, at least the ones on YouTube. I know it's been a little while, but for some reason, I don't think it's been that long, but at the same time, I do think it has. Because here's the spread, because I know that there are light codes or some type of energy downloads or wisdom from spirit that they encode in the spreads when they're creating it. So I always want to give you guys the opportunity to look at the spreads. But what was I saying? Oh my gosh. Yeah. This year is just like, sorry. This year is flying by, and it doesn't feel like that long since I did a longer one. And at the same time, it does. Maybe the solstice? I can't think right now. And I'm like doing different things too, because the long ones take a bit of time for me. Like, it took me an hour just to pull this spread. So plus, like, not everybody likes to listen to the longer readings, and I'm one of those people. I don't like to listen to longer readings. So I was like, maybe I need to mix it up and have some long ones for some people and some shorter ones for others people. The reels seem to be the most popular anyway, like the 60-second reels or the 3-minute ones on TikTok. I've been doing the Twin Flame Talks on TikTok as well to like be able to talk more about the different issues with twin flames without talking forever. But anyway, as I'm literally reminding myself in my head, don't keep going on about all this. Anyway, point being, I'm trying to mix it up and spread it out so that to be time efficient and to cover the different things. So I'm doing like the short ones. I want to do like the intermediate length, I guess you could say, ones for like the full moons and the new moons. I'm trying to keep up with that, and then do the long ones for stuff like the Lionsgate portal. I am guided for this reading to kind of try to cover all the perspectives, which I know sounds crazy. I guess we'll just see how spirit talks about it. But like, spirit tends to, well, actually, I don't know if it's that spirit tends to repeat similar messages, or if it's simply that most twin flames are going through the same stuff. But another thing to take into consideration is that each wave is going through the same things, but at different points in time. So the first wave is close to union. The most recent wave, which I think might be the 5th wave, they're probably in the very, very beginning stages, and they might still be together like for the first time, or they're in like their first separations. So they're going through similar things, and like the patterns are all pretty much the same. It's just, different phases of time. And so I'm feeling guided today to go through this reading, through these cards as if, to cover all bases, like to speak to both those who are just starting out and those who have been on this journey for years. So we're going to kind of like look at the bigger picture of everything. And relate it back to where we are now with Lionsgate. One more thing that I want to mention before I get started is I literally just did this yesterday, so that's why I want to mention it. I added 2 new twin flame readings to my shop. So most of you probably are aware of I have a basic one. I have an Akashic Records one, which is the basic one, plus Akashic Records for both twins. And then I have a really long one that is the basic one, plus the Akashic Records, plus astrology, like external influences on the connection, and then also the internal energies of the connection. So I have started doing spiritual health checkups, which is basically having a conversation with your spirit guides in order to get specific messages for you, to see if there's any spiritual obstacles affecting your twin flame journey, which 50% of twin flames have to battle spiritual warfare as well. So I now recommend to all my clients across the board to get that checked. So checking for spiritual obstacles and getting messages from your higher selves, and anything else that comes up, whether you have specific questions or spirit just brings something up. So rather than only have that separately, especially since a lot of times spirit recommends it for the twin flame pair, now I have two additional twin flame readings that include that. So one of them is the basic reading that also includes the spirit chat. And then the second one is, it's actually a little bit different. So I called it, what did I call it? Twin flame extended energy reading plus spirit chat. And it is the basic twin flame reading plus an Akashic Records for the connection. So like one Akashic Records just for the connection. The other one has 2 Akashic Records for each person. So this one is one just for the connection, and then the internal energy check-in. And then they both have this spirit conversation. And the spirit conversation, like, you can give me questions that you want me to ask. At the very least, I'm going to be asking spirit if there's anything that you need to know. Sorry, my cat is eating and he had to break up the food and it was kind of gross. Anyway, so he made me lose my train of thought. Oh, so if spirit needs to bring up anything important for you, then that will happen as well. And we'll get messages from your higher selves. Yeah, I think there was something else I was going to say about that, and it's gone now because my animals are on a raw food diet. So that was raw meat he was breaking up. But anyway, I digressed. One other quick thought. It's the beginning of the month. So if anybody's interested in joining my Patreon collective, I have the group collective, which includes group calls, group reading, group chats, group healing for the month. And then there's also my one-on-one mentorships that include like one-on-one coaching, your own reading monthly, and what else? And Reiki and meditations for you and your twin flame as well. Now I have to open the door for the cat. So give me one sec. He is a very high maintenance cat. Okay, let me get started. Oh, so yeah, go to my Patreon website through the link in my bio if you want to sign up for that. Okay, so let's get started. I feel like it's 4 a.m. and I didn't put makeup on and I feel like bleh. So I think I'm gonna reposition you so you can see the cards instead of me. And I'll put them here on the table right in front of you. Hold on, I have the cord underneath this. There we go. Okay. In no particular order. Well, actually, I won't be able to. I was thinking about showing you how I pulled the cards, but I wouldn't be able to position the camera properly right now. So I'm just going to get started. Okay. So the divine masculines, they always seem to go through very, very similar journeys and struggles. So for some of you, this is going to be like reflecting back for you what the journeys have been like for the divine masculines, and for others it's going to be like giving you a preview. Okay, a preview of what's to come. So the divine feminines always lead the connection, the divine masculines are always bringing up the rear, and spirit is pushing them through the necessary experiences for them to get through their spiritual transformation and awakening process. So it is extremely common. Like, I would have to ask spirit for an exact percentage, but it's extremely common for divine masculines to go through a dark night of the soul of some type, or to go through struggles of some type, because this is how they are forced to face their inner demons and forced to face their inner wounding and mistakes, and work on themselves. And honestly, they don't even usually consciously work on themselves. They just get put into positions where they have no choice because well, one of the most common, I shouldn't even say one of, it's a few, The most common wounds for masculines that they're dealing with and struggling to heal are abandonment wounds and self-worth wounds and attachment disorders like avoidant attachment disorder. So they will very commonly run from the connection because it scares the crap out of them. Like, it is going to come across to you like they are running from the connection because they don't care and they don't feel the same way, but really it's that they can already tell, like, they might not know that they love you yet, but they can already tell how significantly they feel, like they really like you a lot, or they can feel the intensity of the connection, and it scares the crap out of them. And they worry about getting hurt in the end. They worry that, you know, you'll break up with them one day when you realize that you're too good for them, or some scenario like that. So they go on the defense. They get into their defense mechanisms to protect their hearts. And they also are pushing you away because they feel like you deserve better too. So this is a very, very common pattern for the divine masculines. And many times, I mean, pretty much everybody has some type of karmic situation. Both divine feminines and divine masculines almost always go through some type of karmic situation in their lives as well. The divine feminines might go through theirs before they meet their divine masculines. But everybody pretty much goes through something, and it's their teaching phase of their soul path and soul journey. The divine masculines very commonly go through it when they run from their divine feminines and they end up with a karmic partner. Very common. Now, it is not 100% of all cases, but it's very common. And the karmic partner is teaching them the lessons, teaching them to love themselves and to realize that they do deserve happiness. And through the process of the karmic relationship is how they find their way back to their divine feminine, because they are forced to face those self-worth wounds and their old past behaviors and choose better and do better. So that being said, what is being reflected here? First, we have, excuse me, the Two of Swords. Okay, so actually, let me say real quick, I'm using my new Animal Arc, what is it? The Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. So I am not going to go through the animal meanings as well, but if any of the animals resonate with you, I would take a note and Google it, look it up, what the spiritual meaning is for the animal for you, if there's something about it that stands out for you, okay? So first we have here the Two of Swords, which is spirit saying that the divine masculines have gone through this phase. Okay, right now I'm speaking as if from the first wave perspective, like this is the past. Some of you, this might be the present, okay? The divine masculines have gone through this phase of inaction, inability to make any decisions because they were in this inner stalemate. It was like the little angel on one shoulder, the little devil on the other shoulder arguing with each other like, you don't deserve this, you do deserve this. You know, it's the intuitive voice versus the fear-based voice, the ego center. So they didn't know what to do. And for some of them, sorry about the glare. For some of them, that was about not knowing what to do about you, their divine feminine. And for others, it was about not knowing how to get out of the karmic situation. Or it could be a little bit of both. But in any case, they got stuck in this period. And honestly, this can be a long period. Even when the masculines know how they feel about their divine feminine and know that they want to be with her and end up with her, they can still be stuck in this inner stalemate for a while because of having to figure out how to change or get out of their karmic situations. Okay, so most masculines have been through this, gone through this, are getting through this phase. Okay, this fly or the Five of Swords, I was going to say the Fly of Swords, this basically represents those karmic situations. They ran from the connection and they got themselves stuck in some situation that was not in their best interest, that the karmic partners very often tend to be toxic and only looking out for what they want, and usually they want to control and manipulate the divine masculines for their own benefit. Honestly, I'm going to be straight up with you about this. When in spiritual warfare cases, sometimes it's straight up evil has like manipulated these karmics to take control of the masculines in order to keep them away from the feminines, because we're in the times of ascension. Evil does not want twin flames to come together, because twin flames are assisting with ascension, and evil is literally sending these karmics after masculines. And here's the interesting thing about it. It's not necessarily like a romantic thing here. Like, I actually know 2 clients now who the divine masculine was attacked by an outside group. So in one of them, a coven of witches sent someone specific after, like a woman after this divine masculine. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember if she had already, when she met him in pertaining to working with the coven, but the coven was using her to test spells, to do all this stuff for her to gain control over him, and to in turn prevent the union of the twin flames. And I have another client who some other type of similar group, I'm not even sure what they're called exactly, some other type of dark arts group, I don't know, I'm stuck in word search because I don't know what else to call it, has, or had, I should say, used a friend of not even like a romantic party, a same sex friend of the divine masculine, to try to use that person to attack him. I believe the route was like jealousy. So the dark arts group pounced on the jealousy of the friend over the divine masculine to attack the divine masculine, again in an effort to prevent the twins from coming together. So like I said, I have to be straight up here. Spiritual warfare at work, evil is just outright using people to try and stop twin flames from coming together. And it is very important. One of the most important things with the twin flame journey for the divine feminine is taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture and understanding what the divine masculine is going through and what is happening, so that from their perspective, understanding the wounds that they're working on healing and understanding the external influences that are affecting them. And understanding stuff like this is really important, because the divine masculines don't always have control over their behavior, believe it or not. When spiritual warfare is involved, when spells are involved, when entities are involved, entities are evil spirits and demons. When they are affecting someone, they change that person's behavior. I have literally witnessed it firsthand, even recently. I have seen people's behavior change overnight because of demonic attacks. So it is very important for the divine feminines to look at the bigger picture and understand that much more can be at play. So anyway, let me get back to this card though. I felt the need to point that out for you. So excuse me. So like I was saying, this 5 of Swords represents those karmic situations that they got themselves into. They ran from the divine feminine because they didn't know what to do about the connection, and they weren't ready for it. And they got themselves stuck in some type of situation that is not right for them. And they know it, but their pride is keeping them, or has been keeping them, from taking the necessary steps to change it immediately. Many masculines, they need to feel good about themselves, like standing on their own 2 feet, like they're capable of taking care of their feminines and taking care of a family, and they need to feel like they have their lives in order and have strong, steady foundations for themselves to build on with their feminines. And so many times they'll run to these casual karmic partners in their minds temporarily, but because their pride is preventing them from being with their feminines until they feel completely ready. But then they also get stuck in these situations with the karmic partners, and their pride prevents them from fixing that properly until they feel like they've gotten a handle on everything. And it's just, the pride ends up getting in the way over and over and over again, because they are continuously not taking the right steps for themselves because of shame and guilt over the situations that they've gotten themselves into. So the masculines have been dealing with both of these issues. They're battling themselves fighting with these karmic situations and their pride in order to deal with them properly. And then also with the Five of Pentacles, this represents financial difficulties as well. And also that's very common and honestly, very likely caused by demonic entities as well, preventing them from doing well in their lives to hold them back so that they don't go down the path that they're supposed to go down. And they are struggling. And this one even says dark night of the soul on here too. Or loss of home. Like I've seen that happen as well, where they struggle so much that they that they can't be on their own, basically. So again, this all goes back to the stability, the financial security and stability that the masculines they need to have that to feel good about themselves to move forward. So this is the foundation of the struggles of the divine masculine and the period that they go through during their dark night of the soul, that is all about bringing them through this massive spiritual metamorphosis. Okay, now we have the Devil and the Nine of Swords here. Now you're probably saying, why didn't she put the Devil in with the other cards? Because the Devil has multiple meanings here. Now, the Devil, on one hand, on the struggling side, represents all of the fears and doubts and worries that the masculines have been struggling with. And the Black Swan goes along with that. I kind of love the Black Swan because swans are a symbol of twin flames, but the Black Swan represents to me like not just the twin flames because it's a swan, but also like the fear side, and can also represent the spiritual warfare too, which in oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of their name right now. And I was a dancer my whole entire life, and I'm pretty sure I even did a dance to one of the ballet pieces. It's not the Black Swan, that's the movie. Swan Lake, thank you. Jeez, I don't know who I'm thanking, but yeah. Even in that ballet, isn't it some type of like sorcerer or something that does stuff? I don't remember the story clearly, but so like I can totally see how the Black Swan represents spiritual warfare too, but there's just so much symbolism here. But in any case, these two together represent the fears and the doubts and the anxiety that the masculines have been fighting to overcome and struggling to overcome in order to stop self-sabotaging and stop creating self-fulfilling prophecies and stop anything that is holding them back from the path that they are meant to be on and go down. Now, on the flip side, okay, so flip side for the Black Swan is the Spirit's message with this card is you're overstressing for no reason. So actually twofold here. The divine masculines are overstressing and over-worrying about unimportant things. And the feminines are Spirit saying to you, stop stressing and worrying and thinking that nothing will ever change here or that the relationship will never come together. You're overreacting. Twin flames are bound to each other permanently. You will come back together. Union is guaranteed for twin flames because of ascension, because twin flames are here to assist with ascension. So stop stressing and stop worrying, okay? The flip side with the Devil card is about, it even says it on here, spiritual awakening. It's like facing their darkest demons and coming out the other side. And not only that, so it's getting through that spiritual awakening process, coming out the other side, and then it represents the passion of coming back together. So they are finding that desire for their feminines again and getting ready to pursue it. With this Three of Pentacles, I love how it says here, follow your dreams. The Three of Pentacles represents success, and it can even represent coming together as a team, like a collaboration. So it's like the divine masculines kind of coming to the realization of, hey, like I need to get my head out of my ass and come together with my divine feminine and start building our dreams together and start making this a reality and no longer, daydreaming about it basically, and start, getting out of the dark night of the soul crap, getting through the metamorphosis and the awakening, and excuse me, I don't know where that came from, and building a future together, starting to work on that, okay? Now, what I love here with this gorilla and this goat, like, look at the energy from these two. They're so strong and confident and unbreakable. Just like that, I can see that representation of the twin flame connection. The twin flame cords are absolutely unbreakable. And this is the energy that the masculines get into, that I am pursuing my life, my dreams, my goals, and I am not letting anything hold me back anymore. And that's what this represents here. The Seven of Wands is that courage to stop self-sabotaging and to persevere and push through the struggles and the difficulties and claim what is theirs. They're stepping into that king power. And with this Six of Pentacles, with the goat, it's having the success in doing so, and it's balancing the scales with the feminines and bringing in I'm trying to think of the phrase that I normally use. Reciprocal effort, bringing in reciprocal effort with the feminine. The feminine's no longer going to be in the dark and wondering what's going on, what the masculine wants, how he feels. Like, he's going to start telling her and showing her. Like, this man is also in his power, okay? And in doing so, you're going to move forward together. This Two of Wands is another one of coming together as a team and a partnership, taking the first step, balancing out your energies, and moving forward together, okay? But where is that going to start? So the divine masculines, everything that we've talked about so far is like the runner and separation phases of the journey. So now we're going to talk about the reunion phase. And you're going to have this first, the Ace of Swords. And actually, I really love this half, because right now we've gone through the first half of the tarot. Now we're going to go through the second half of the tarot. And the second half is all I see. Ace, ace, ace. Which one am I missing? I have water, wands, swords. Oh my gosh, why can't I think? Where's the other one? Oh my gosh, Pentacles. Pentacles is missing, but that's okay. So we have ace, ace, ace. That's all new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings. And then we have double tens, which is completion. And the Two of Cups represents union, and the Fool represents new beginnings as well. So like it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. So the reunion phase, we have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. And this is about, Ace of Swords is communication. So they're going to come to you. They're going to tell you how they really feel. They're going to, like, hopefully be able to express themselves, because obviously this varies depending on the pair. But they're hopefully going to be able to tell you, like, how they have felt, why they've been away, why they ran, all of those different things, and be able to start moving forward with you, give you clarity. Now, an important message regarding this card as well is that it can mean that there might still be some bumps in the road, but everything's okay and you're moving in the right direction. And this is important because the reunion phase, a lot of people don't realize there's a reunion phase before the union phase. Many divine feminines want to just go straight into union, but not all divine masculines can. I thought I was going to go straight into union, but we did have a reunion phase, or we have had a reunion phase, I should say. We're at the tail end of it. I'm not going to get into all that, but in any case, so the reunion phase is basically like getting reacquainted and learning who you are now after going through the metamorphosis and the changes, after going through the awakening. So the relationship still has to kind of be recalibrated because you're getting to know each other all over again. And that's why it's natural for there to be bumps in the road. But the Ace of Wands, that masculine is going to make those steps to start fresh with you, to move into a bright new future with you. And with the Ace of Cups, he is going to show you his heart, express his feelings, and that he is ready for that true fulfillment in a relationship. And divine inspiration, you guys are going to be divinely guided back together when and how you are meant to be, okay? So you're going to go through the reunion phase, you're going to go through all of those steps, and you guys are going to make the choice to take that leap of faith, and to start off on a brand new beginning. This is like a trust fall. You know, some of you may not even get as much of a warning about it ahead of time, but you're going to have that leap of faith where you just like jump together. And you know what? Sometimes you might, before they fully express themselves, you might have to take that leap, trusting that your masculine is taking it with you. But it's safe to do that, okay? So like I was saying, you guys are going to find your way back together, start moving forward, and take that leap and start off on your new beginnings together, because then we have the Two of Cups, which represents union, which represents perfect harmony. Sacred union is the most important words there. You guys are going to step from reunion into full-blown union, and full-blown union isn't going to be completely perfect yet. Let me just note, I have no idea why the warthog is the card for this. And actually, I'm kind of curious. I might look that up in a second. But anyway, union's not going to be completely perfect. You're not going to be 100% healed. But you guys are going to be healed enough that you're ready to be together, that you're ready to start taking forward steps. Not even forward steps anymore. The forward steps are the reunion phase. You're going to be healed enough that you're ready to completely be together, in a committed relationship for the long term, and start building a family together. And any other healing and awakening that needs to occur, you are able to do it together. And you can start moving towards your uncovering and working on your divine mission as well, which twin flames have. And then the final two cards here are from the tarot, at least, are the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, which represent the same thing, which represent building a legacy, building a family, building a very successful and happy life together, prosperity and abundance all around, lasting happiness and success, divine blessings, family, true wealth. Like, it's the whole package, it's everything. And I actually see the little piglets to me kind of represent the children that are coming. And this seal kind of reminds me, if you caught my previous reading, I was talking about the cow being like plump and fat and like happy and birthing babies and birthing a new life. And just like, there's something about the plumpness to me that represents the whole package coming together and growing the family as well. So I just see all of that represented here. You know, I do want to look up the warthogs. Hold on a second. I should have looked this up already, because I was a little stumped, to be honest. Like, why in the heck are warthogs on the Sacred Union card? Nope. Yep, I still have no idea. The explanation for warthogs does not connect back to Sacred Union at all that I see here. Now, what it does say here, transformation means going outside of our comfort zone and getting creative in how we handle life's trials. Now, that to me is kind of representative of the twin flame journey. But I don't see anything here that makes me think of Sacred Union. The only thing is that it says that warthogs have devotion to each other. They have devotion to their families. So that must be it. That is really interesting. Okay, then. Okay, so now we're going to go to the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records really have a major emphasis on the spiritual process that you're going through here. So to start off, there's a few cards referring to the separation phase. So during the separation phase, Spirit is working on preparing you both, particularly divine masculines, on when it's time for them to start moving forward and taking action. This Buddha prepares card represents the divine masculine spending time alone, going through their inner preparatory growth and healing and transformation. And in the meantime, Spirit is working on clearing any obstacles that are in the way. Now, this can be revealing those obstacles to you so that you can do the necessary work to clear them, because Spirit isn't going to do it on its own. Like, Spirit doesn't do anything on its own. You have to ask for the help. So, but this phase is going to be Spirit guiding you to the information to heal yourself, to clear any spiritual obstacles out of the way, and to clear any other external obstacles out of your way, so that you guys can get on track and get moving down your twin flame journey, down your spiritual awakening process exactly how you are meant to. And Archangel Gabriel is working with you guys to help you clear your throat chakras and be able to embody and speak your soul truths, to be able to communicate with each other better, and to open up your spirit communication abilities, okay? Now, on the flip side, you're going through the spiritual awakening process. The Queen of Scrolls here is kind of representing everyone, and I feel like maybe that's also because the divine feminines lead the connection, and they're the ones who are more awake and leading the divine masculines like a lighthouse and a beacon. So everybody with the divine feminines leading is going through this massive spiritual awakening process, coming into higher levels of understanding and awareness and vibration, and really just leveling up, like leaving the 3D behind and going through the ascension process and the ascension journey, but particularly in the great understanding. You're going to start being able to see the bigger picture much better and understand everything that you're going through much better. And at the same time, embodying your true authentic self, embodying your higher self. This imagery represents your higher self knocking on the door to your real life and integrating with your human body. So as you go through this awakening process, your higher self is also integrating with your human body more, so that you are living and functioning from a higher perspective more, from a higher vibration more, and with your higher self consciously, actively guiding you, not just like intuitively, but like you're more connected and integrated, okay? At the same time, your professional life purpose paths are growing and expanding in beautiful ways, because you are meant to be successful and abundant as well. This covers all twins. You know, divine masculines will get there as well. So you guys are mastering your soul paths, mastering your life purpose paths. This can be both professional speaking for career and finances, and this can also be your spiritual path if you are meant to be a significant healer and leader in the spiritual community too. And in the process of doing this, you're gaining great recognition and even becoming a teacher as well. And that's very common for twin flames on the twin flame journey too, because you get through your process and then you start teaching others as well. Spirit is assisting with all of the healing that you guys are going through this journey, through this process, and in turn also turning you into healers as well. So a lot of similarity here, but this might be a little bit more on the life purpose professional side, and this is a little more on the divine purpose soul path side, okay? But first you heal within and you find your inner union, and then you become healers and help others do the same. And it's all leading to the same end goals. You're going through this significant spiritual initiation. That's what the twin flame journey is, because it's all about the ascension process, and twin flames are the forerunners for ascension, helping humanity. So you're going through this significant spiritual initiation that is forcing you to shed away anyone else who is just, they're not on the same path as you. So anyone in your lives who are lower vibrational, lower energy, 3D, they just, if they are not able to stay in your life and on your path, Spirit will orchestrate them leaving your life, because that is just what the twin flame journey path does. It's where it leads us. It's not really avoidable, to be honest. So you might have to prepare yourselves to some extent, okay? But the Ascended Masters are with you and guiding you through all of this and helping to orchestrate it all in a natural way. This is all part of your spiritual mastery. By the end of your twin flame journey, you're going to be practically spiritual masters, and you probably have more to go at that point too. But this really represents like everything coming together, all of your wisdom and spiritual knowledge and awareness. Like, I don't even know how to say this properly. I really don't. But it's you coming into mastery of everything, and mastery of your spiritual gifts, and as a healer. And this is about like really stepping forward in this as a spiritual teacher, or in your spiritual divine mission, whatever it may be, and having great success and recognition in doing so. So know that as a twin flame, this is part of your soul path. This is part of what your soul chose to do in this lifetime. This is where you're headed, and it's going to be honestly probably difficult at times, really difficult at times, but also amazing and incredible. Okay. It is all leading to, and here's the best part, you know, all of your wishes being fulfilled. Add some literally means the arrival at your goals and dreams. And you're going to have that divine commitment, long-term commitment in union, and life is going to get a lot happier, a lot more joyful, connecting with the spirit world, and just building that family joy and happiness all around. But I just love how we have wishes fulfilled, the arrival at your goals and dreams, and divine union. So it's a interesting road, but you will get there. Okay. Now, let me give a quick reminder real quick. For twin flames, union is guaranteed, and yes, you will get there. It will take a while. For many twins, it takes years. I think it's probably a safe bet that it's going to be at least 1 or 2 years. I think that the later waves might not have to go quite as long, but months is probably very unlikely, because this level of transformation just takes time, unfortunately. But it is guaranteed. You will get there. You just have to trust and believe in it, okay? Twin rays are like twin flames. They're basically the same as twin flames, except that twin rays are not... how can I put this? Twin flames are meant to go through ascension this lifetime and assist ascension this lifetime. Twin rays can go through ascension this lifetime, but their souls are kind of still in the process of deciding during this lifetime. Twin flames, their souls decide before incarnating. Twin rays, their souls are still deciding during the lifetime while you're living it, and it is possible that divine feminine could give up. It has to be the divine feminine, not the divine masculine. But if the divine feminine chooses to give up, then twin rays are not guaranteed for union. It really just depends on if the twin ray divine feminine is able to persevere and push through the difficult parts of the journey. So all of the union talk that is very common with my readings, because Spirit wants you to be reassured and know that it's coming. But all of the union talk that is guaranteed for my twin flame followers, if you're a twin ray, is down to the divine feminine to push through and persevere to get to the finish line. Okay. You probably aren't going to know which one you are unless you are strongly convicted one way or the other. I don't know that other readers will be able to tell you, because twin rays aren't really that known about, and I only just recently started channeling information about them. Because I started channeling information about them, Jesus has told me that he will be able to differentiate for people. But I also kind of have a feeling that there may be times when Spirit doesn't want you to know, because Spirit is pushing you to your highest, best abilities. So I can always ask. Spirit has told me so if people are twin rays or twin flames, but I'm not 100% sure if they'll always tell you, because one thing that I have learned is that Spirit tells you what you need to hear in the moment. So I can tell you that, I can promise you that Spirit is always going to tell you what it is that you need to hear right at that moment for your soul path. Now, that is something that can change over time, because sometimes it's not the 100% truth. Sometimes it's just what it is that you need to hear. And I know that that is a tough pill to swallow, but it is something that I have learned and realized. The most important part to remember is that it's what your spirit guides and your higher self want you to know to help you get through and down your soul journey. So keep that in mind. Okay, now we're going to go to the Oracle of the Seven Energies, which is one of my favorite decks that I have. And this is going to be about what's going on in the internal energies. This might not be so much of the big picture explanation of everything. There's a little bit here that is, but some of it might be pertaining to specific groups of twins. So if this resonates for you, it's for you. And if it doesn't, then it's not for you. So first we have this. I do reference the book here because it's new enough still that I don't have it 100% memorized. So give me 1 second. So first we have It Is What It Is and the Time Machine. Both of them are root chakra cards as well. So with the Time Machine, Spirit is working on helping the twins release past conditioning. And this is a huge part of the twin flame journey too, actually. The twin flame journey is all about breaking down and getting away from society conditioning, from society, culture, religion, and anything else that we have been taught our whole lives that this is the way it's supposed to be for whatever reason. So this is all about breaking out of those inherited, conditioned patterns, integrating the lessons necessary, and then honoring the past but leaving it there and moving forward down into the future the way that we are meant to, okay? And that's kind of goes along with This Is What It Is card, because that it's having that radical acceptance of things, of the circumstances of life and everything being what they are, and choosing not to allow it to hold us back anymore, releasing resistance to the necessary lessons, incorporating them internally, and moving forward accordingly, okay? Then we have a Merry Motive, which is a solar plexus card, which is all about getting into our power and strength. This is about I've been getting this card a lot lately, so I do feel like this is happening in the moment now for a lot of divine masculines, that Spirit is really helping them to understand what they truly want, their intentions, their goals, their desires, and their motives, and then helping them to find the momentum to put action behind them and to move down those paths. But there's an important component to this, and it's about being in flow with the universe. And I feel like this is especially important to the feminines, actually, because the masculines are the ones that rise to the occasion to achieve union for the connection. So they put the momentum and action behind it. But for the feminines, they really have to surrender. And that's the second component here. It's surrendering expectations to a higher power rather than letting your ego center lead you and guide you. So I can see it in both aspects. The feminines have to have that blind faith and trust and surrender to Spirit. And the masculines need that in terms of trusting their intuition and not listening to their ego center, not listening to their fears, and listening to their higher selves to guide them forward, okay? Then we have Broken Open, which is a heart chakra card. And this is part of the healing process. Oh, I see what I did there. Okay. So this is part of the healing process that particularly the masculines go through. So all of those wounds that I mentioned in the beginning, those deep abandonment wounds and self-worth wounds and attachment disorders, like it all stems from trauma from their childhoods and trauma from past lives. So this Broken Open card is about basically because of how men tend to function. All of those traumas and those wounds got bottled up inside and not healed or dealt with properly. And this is the process of Spirit breaking them open. This is what the purpose of the dark night of the soul. It's breaking them open and releasing all of those wounds, releasing them for healing. They might have to go through a period of grief. Going through all of those struggles brings them through this period of grief in order to properly heal those traumas so that then they can open their heart, because those traumas cause them to put walls up around their heart, and make them afraid to love. And going through the dark nights of the soul forces them to release them, and then in turn be more able and ready to open up their hearts. Okay. And then we have Body and Soul and Great and Full, which are root chakra cards again. And Body and Soul is about taking better care of yourselves. So this is going to be across the board again for all twins, but it does tend to be more so for the masculines as well. Taking better care of literally their their bodies, their minds, and their souls. So taking better care of their bodies, you know, getting away from addictions and eating better and all of that type of thing. Taking better mental health care for themselves, and taking care of their souls, connecting with spirit, connecting with their intuitions, meditating even. And it's also embodying their true authentic selves. And this definitely goes for the divine feminines as well. Connecting with your higher selves, integrating them, and starting to live your soul truths. Okay. Great and Full is about, in the process of finding yourselves and living true to yourselves. Notice the dragonfly stands out to me. Let's note the dragonfly. The dragonflies are very symbolic, and I just noticed the heart too. I don't know why, I just saw that. But anyway, in the process of all of that, they are, everybody, but especially divine masculines, are healing their self-worth wounds and gaining more gratitude in life in general. Understanding that everything that is happening for a reason, for the lessons and for the growth, and letting go of attachment to the 3D. And actually that to me is even more important for the divine feminines. Letting go of attachment to the 3D and understanding and trusting that everything is happening for a reason and will come together. But more than anything, this card is about knowing that you're enough, knowing that your divine masculine will come back, and for the divine masculines, knowing that your divine feminine will love you truly deeply despite all of their flaws. Okay, so now going to the other side of the spread, continuing down the healing process, basically. So it's funny, I did not think this reading would be as long as it is, but oh well. This is why I don't do them that often now. So you guys need to follow me on Instagram and TikTok for my shorter readings. TikTok's only going to have the really short ones, so on Instagram to get all of them, and then the long ones will be what's on YouTube. So anyway, so I think I did put the energy report on YouTube also. So yeah, YouTube will have we'll have the 30-minute ones also. But anyway, okay. So the next step in the healing process is ears wide open. This is a throat chakra card. So as you guys are getting through the healing process, and as you're ready to start coming back together, you're going to start healing your throat chakras and being able to communicate better. You're going to be able to start talking to each other, telling each other how you really feel, speaking from your heart and your soul truths, and really be able to hear each other. And that's the most important part, being able to truly listen to each other and give that focused attention and care and understanding, and letting go of your own egos. Okay, so this is a very important step in the healing process for the relationship. This is when we're getting into the reunion phase. Okay, and it's understanding each other and understanding each other's needs as well. And that is important, divine feminines. Like, it's very easy to get caught up in, holding on to your divine masculine's behavior when he was in the runner stage and when he was in the more bad behavior stage because of his wounds. But don't hold that against him, and understand from his perspective of what his life experiences have brought him through. Okay, understand his emotional needs and his healing needs too. And with close encounters, this continues to build and grow on that communication and vulnerability, allowing each other to see each other's wounds as well as your strengths, and recognizing the strength in both. And even the ability to allow each other to see the wounds as well is a strength in and of itself. So then that's building the strength of the connection and the solidness of the connection, so that you can move forward and closer to union. And this is all part of the reunion phase process, okay? Now, Spirit does want to talk about the spiritual awakening that's going on at the same time. So then we go to this third eye chakra card, the Oracle's Gift. And with the Oracle's Gift, this is about your own spiritual gifts opening up. So recognize that during the spiritual awakening process, your own clairvoyance is opening up. You're going to start, excuse me, and a bug landed on me. Hold on. Oh, go away. You're going to start, you know, your spiritual gifts, your clairvoyance, your second sight, your third eye is all going to really start growing more and more and more. And you might become a reader yourself. You might become a healer. You're going to be seeing more and more signs and synchronicity, and just pay attention to all of that and continue to build on it and grow with it. Work with it so that you are intentionally working with Spirit to grow your gifts and expand your spiritual life purpose, okay? And then we also have the Sacred Reverence card, which is a crown chakra card, and now all of the chakras are represented. And with the Sacred Reverence card, as you get through the spiritual awakening process, you will learn to start manifesting and co-creating your life with Spirit, building this beautiful future that is meant for you. Being able to step back and have awe for the greatness of everything the Spirit is doing in your life on this journey and overall, and start living from that inspired spiritual place, exploring with open-mindedness and curiosity and spiritual passion into a new state of joyful living. It's deep reverence for Spirit's role in the world around you, okay? And then lastly, we have union. And this card jumped as well. The Rose's Kiss didn't jump, but in perfect harmony jumped, and this is the union card. These are both sacral chakra cards as well. And this represents union. Rose's Kiss, you're going to come together. You're going to have passion and pleasure and purpose together. You're going to appreciate the little things in life together. Intimacy growing, like being present, living in the moment, and coming into union. And there's really no other way to say that. Having that happy, harmonious relationship. Okay, so this is the journey and the process of the healing that you go through. So now the last part of the reading is broader messages that I pulled for you. So I used the Tarot, the Akashic Records, and the Oracle of the Seven Energies to talk to you about the process of the twin flame journey. And now I am going to read you these broader message cards for that Spirit just wants you guys to know. These are like, look, I'll show you. Like with each of these cards, there is a message that for you that Spirit, I swear to God, Spirit picks them out perfectly, to be honest. And I glanced at all of these ahead of time to like kind of put them in the right order, and they really are like perfectly chosen. Some of them are for those, you know, newer in the journey on this path, and some of them are for those that are getting further along. It again touches on the spiritual awakening aspect, and then the union aspect, and then the getting through the separation phase, and just everything. So Spirit never ceases to amaze me or blow me away with how perfectly they choose the cards. So anyway, okay, let's start with, I don't know exactly what order I'm going to go in. I actually want to start with these two. So I used two decks here. I used the Crystal Mandala Oracle and the White Light Oracle. I think both are beautiful. The Crystal Mandala refers to a spiritual being, a crystal, and then has the message. So first we have Relief and Repair, which is Ascended Master Mataji. I don't know how to say that, so don't crucify me on that. And Crimson Cuprite. Relief and Repair. This is for the separation period. We bring you the blessing of relief and repair. Our warmth and nurturing will restore and rebalance your body, mind, and soul when the light of spirit burns too brightly. Spiritual light is like the light of the sun. It brings life and joy, but too much can burn. If that happens to you, you will feel overwhelmed, overheated, overexcited, or overstretched, mentally, physically, or emotionally. We will help you recover and increase your ability to be exposed to spiritual light again in future without becoming overloaded or burnt out. We ask you to soften and relax into our rich red energy now, which nurtures you with the cooling, restorative life force of the Earth Mother. We shall help you naturally discharge excess energy whilst we revive, strengthen, and fortify you with our nourishing grace. And actually, this could be about your separation period while you are getting through those ups and downs, but this can also be another characteristic of the twin flame journey is going through these purges and also going through periods of time where you just get hit with ascension energy and your body and your mind upgrading, and it could be very draining. So when that happens, just step back, take good care of yourself, and know that you will bounce back and recover. And that's kind of what Spirit was talking about here too. Then we have descending power. Ascended Master Lao Toots. Again, don't crucify me on the pronunciation. And Zinsight or Zinkite, whichever that is. Descending power. We bring you the blessing of descending power. This is the powerful downward current of energy that allows for manifestation, for strengthening of the spiritual connection to the body, and of bringing your light to the earth. In the spiritual tradition, there is much emphasis on energy rising, yet without the balance of descending power, you will feel lost in your mind, scattered in your thinking, and frustrated in your efforts to see the inspired ideas you receive translated into completed tasks in the physical world. The uprising power helps you shift frequencies and access inspiration, whilst the descending power helps you ground to create. There is a time and a place for both the rising and the descending currents of divine energy. You are guided to attend at this time to the descending power to make best progress on your life journey. So recognize that when you're going through a slower period, a solitude, separation, or just coming off of any of this ascension energy, go with the flow of what feels right and natural in the moment. Okay, don't get frustrated. Just listen to your intuitive guidance on what to do. Okay, then we have power. Number 1. This is Archangel Metatron, clear quartz. Together we bring you the gift of power. Spiritual power enables you to trust in your higher guidance no matter what appears to be happening in your life. Psychological and emotional power enables you to transform through evolving your belief systems and processing your emotions, through which you gain wisdom. Physical power gives you the strength to take action on the matters that serve your life path. This gift of power is safe for you to receive because you will use it to fulfill your divine destiny, which in turn supports all beings. Okay, so now we're going to jump over to the White Light Oracle for now. I went too far. The Oracle of Chaldea. Continue on your healing journey with enthusiasm, but without forcing things to happen more quickly than feels natural. Sometimes the body will be ready to let go while the mind is still holding on. At other times, the mind may need to be patient as the body processes an experience. Trust in your own timing and rhythm. There's no need to be impatient or to judge yourself. You are summoning the spiritual fortitude to tackle an issue which has previously held you back. When the time is right, the healing shall happen more easily than if you tried to push forward prematurely. Things are going to work out. Be positive. That's such a similar message to the other card, and I love how Spirit does that in a validating way. Okay, now Epsilon modulation. Gather your energies and go within to regenerate. Let your actions match your inner rhythms, rather than trying to force yourself to keep pace with external cues. Commit to your own natural timing and pace. As you ground and connect to your center, you will realize your spiritual power to be at cause in any situation of concern. You have such goodness and light within you. Let go of shaming or blaming. Embrace the spiritual beauty within. And again, another card about going with the flow, not trying to force anything, allowing everything to unfold naturally how it needs to. Okay, now let me go to, let's stick with the White Light Oracle. Let's go to Dakini of Light. Dakini of Infinite Light, sorry. Seek and you shall find. Find the teachers and teachings which feel pure to your heart. But remember, it is the inner truth of you that will ultimately set you free. Do not give your power away, but do trust in a greater guiding wisdom at work in all aspects of your life. Ask for help from enlightened spiritual beings in any matter of concern, and help shall be granted. Believe all problems can be resolved, and a more graceful life experience is opening up for you now. And then we have, so honestly, an important message from that card to me is, and it's kind of a similar path that I took. You're learning and you're growing. Follow your intuition on who to listen to help teach you and to help you find your way through your spiritual awakening journey. But at the same time, recognize that nobody is 100% accurate in everything. Some might come close, but nobody's 100%. And because we're only humans, so we can't be. We are not spiritually divine perfection. Your inner knowing is always going to know the truth. You're going to get readings that are going to be wrong sometimes. Don't let them rock you. Don't let them knock you off track. Trust your inner guidance, your inner wisdom. That will help you find your way when it comes to readings and understanding your own journey. And it'll also help you find your way in knowing what information about twin flames and ascension that you can trust and that can guide you forward. Okay? Alabaster Tablet of Layla. And the time may come that, the time may come that you won't need those teachers anymore. Maybe you'll become a teacher yourself. Like that's what happened with me. First, I started learning from others who I was guided to follow, and then Spirit started speaking through me, and slowly, I didn't even need to listen to others as much. I still listen a little bit because I'm always open to learning more, because I know that I don't know everything, and I'm going to continue to be growing and learning. But now I'm capable of having direct conversations with Spirit and gaining a significant amount of wisdom that way. And I recognize that Spirit speaks through me. Now, not everybody's going to have the same path, but for you, you may have similar, or maybe you continue to follow others who are teaching you. But the point being, trust your inner guidance and wisdom on who to listen to and what resonates. Alabaster Tablet of Layla. You are remembering at a soul level. You are tapping into greater awareness, and an understanding of your highest life purpose shall become even clearer to you. This may evoke unsettling change within you, but that change is necessary for a new way to manifest. You are protected and guided at all times, especially when you feel uncertain about your course. You are truly loved. Okay, so now we're going to jump back to the crystal mandala. And we are going to do Ascended Master Merlin and Mystic Merlinite. Where is that? Read the energy. And I have not gotten this card before, but I think it's funny because it goes right along with the other theme that Spirit has had here, explaining about the spiritual awakening process and your growing gifts. We affirm that you have the ability to read energy accurately, and we encourage you to apply your gifts. You don't have to be in control of the inflow of divine information. When a message or insight comes to you naturally, this is best. Simply being open and receptive as you intend to read the energy of the person, place, or situation at hand is enough. Whether you have been reading energetically for years or are just beginning your journey in interpreting energetic information, we are here to assist you in becoming confident and trusting in your perceptive abilities. So work on that. And then we have Searing Presence, which is Goddess Maya and Ruby Aura Quartz. This empowerment enables you to see truth unveiled, naked divinity in all its beauty and mystery. In your willingness to become present, you shall witness the truth that will set your spirit free and make your heart come alive with divine love. No lie, deception, fear, or agenda remains hidden in searing presence, the ruthless compassion of which distills pure truth. With this empowering, hold on. With this empowering, you are going to see what you need to see. You are going to be able to see the truth that there is only ever love seeking to free, heal, and discover itself. You will feel the grace that permeates your life and assists all beings. All impatience, doubt, uncertainty, and confusion shall give way, becoming soft like wax melted by a lit candle, and only the beautiful light of truth shall remain. And now we have heart healing, angel Balfiel, and rose quartz. Over many lifetimes, your beautiful heart has loved and lost and loved again. You have learned how to feel joy, pain, suffering, and bliss. Your wise heart knows that life is filled with darkness and light, and it chooses to love the divine and participate in life anyway. You might worry that your heart has been stretched beyond its limit, become closed, or broken. Yet your heart is filled with divine grace, power, and of course, love. It can and will heal itself to love again, bigger, bolder, and braver than ever before. Do not doubt the healing power of your heart. There is power in your heart to heal through struggle into joy, and your heart has the gift of helping to heal others with love. Your open, kind heart helps soothe others, bringing comfort and reassurance to the world. Trust your heart and let it heal and guide you into the most beautiful and loving divine destiny waiting for you. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the White Light Oracle. Sovereign Queen Maeve. Isn't she powerful looking? Value what is sacred to you by protecting it from interference, even that which may be well-intentioned. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You're going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with higher worlds, so open your heart and mind to the light. Garuda Suparna. Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what action feels best for you to take and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. Telepathy of Terra Mater. The pathway for your spiritual fulfillment and the sacred manifestation of your purpose is not necessarily logical and will evolve organically. The skillful and unpredictable workings of the Earth Mother are supporting your soul journey unconditionally. Following up on inspired ideas and allowing for unexpected shifts in direction are integral to the manifestation of your soul purpose. Commit to an idea that feels good to your heart. Even if it seems improbable or unattainable, it will manifest successfully. The very important message here is that you might not logically be able to see how your twin flame journey will come together into union, but Spirit is capable of anything and is capable of miracles. So do not allow your limited 3D perspective and logical viewpoints to limit you and hold you back. Okay, believe in the impossible. And lastly, from the White Light Oracle, Obidiri. Do not turn away from your path, nor from what you know in your heart to be true. No matter what appears to be, nor what logic may dictate, trust what your heart is telling you. You are safe and protected by Spirit. You are spiritually empowered with all you need to manifest your authentic soul path. You have what it takes to connect with the light and live that connection in practical ways which contribute positive energy to our human collective. Believe in the journey, believe in the outcome. And now we're going to wrap up from the Crystal Mandala Oracle. And we have first, whoops. Melt into divine desire. Goddess Pili and Lava Stone. There is a time and a place on the spiritual path for detachment. The ability to step back and perceive from a neutral perspective can bring great clarity. There is a time for the mind to become clear and peaceful and open to divine guidance, even if that means temporary loss for greater long-term gain. There is also a time to melt into divine desire, to allow your passion to motivate and inspire you to attain great progress on your divine life journey, where less fervent longing could not. Desire doesn't have to be a distraction from your divine path. It can be a way you discover what has meaning for you and what you feel strongly enough about to never give up on. I also feel the sacred union aspect to melt into divine desire. Just saying. Then we have So It Shall Be. Ascended Master Babaji and Diamond. And isn't it a beautiful one? There are times when you will go through your life journey without any sign of what is going to happen. You may be working hard to heal an issue or build your dream and not really know if you are ever going to be successful. You may hope for the best, but not know whether you should really expect the worst. You may sense that the universe is asking you to trust in how things are going to turn out, and yet giving up your uncertainty is difficult. That usually means total and uncompromising commitment is difficult too. Where there is uncertainty, there is often hesitation and procrastination. Spirit doesn't want you to miss out on your dreams because you lack faith and therefore are holding yourself back from going for it with all you have within. So you are being given the blessing of divine decree, of absolute confirmation of success, and the divine granting of a wish fulfilled. Switch your thinking from possibility to inevitability. It is not a question of if, but of when. Know that you are going to succeed and commit yourself completely. Don't hold back. Go for it with gusto. According to divine will, you shall manifest the highest expression of your divine destiny this lifetime. So it shall be. And then lastly, we have Her Golden Grace, Goddess Lakshmi and Dendrite Agate. Divine Mother Lakshmi, who brings blessings of enlightenment and prosperity, beauty and good fortune, smiles upon you now. Open your mind to the reality of divine generosity without limit. Open your heart to feel worthy of her love. When you allow her to grant you bounty, to bless you with her golden grace, she is empowered to shine her divine beauty in the world, to heal, uplift, inspire, and enchant the souls in need. But the most important part of that is the blessings of enlightenment and prosperity and good fortune smiling upon you now. So believe in the outcome. Know that it will come to fruition. I hope that these messages have helped you, giving those who needed it the right guidance along their whatever stage of the journey you're in. And use this Lionsgate portal energy, which is still active, to really expand your spiritual journey and awakening in your twin flame path now. Okay? Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.